The Twin Cities are a hotspot for stand-up comedy. Minnesotans can catch famous comedians or catch local comics trying to break into the industry at a number of local clubs. But it didn't always used to be this way. As Delane Cleveland reports, there's a new book out that details the rise of Minnesota's comedy scene and a longtime Maple Grove resident who is at the center of it all.
Please put your hands together. The very talented Mr. Phil Cohen.
In the Twin Cities metro area, people can find live stand-up comedy nearly every single night.
I think places like the New Hope Cinema Grill and stages like this are really important to comics. When comics come to town, even now, they know that they're coming to perform in front of a crowd that understands comedy, that appreciates it.
And some of those comedians likely honed their skills at the New Hope Cinema Grill.
It's actually been a pretty under the radar but big, important piece of Twin Cities comedy. It's something that I think it strengthens the scene as a whole.
Patrick Strait is an expert in these matters. He's the author of a new book called Funny Thing About Minnesota.
So this is the cover. This is kind of I call it the original five. So, Louis Anderson, Jeff Gerbino, Scott Hansen, Alex Cole, and Bill Bauer.
The book explores the history of stand-up comedy in the Twin Cities.
I've heard this kind of lore, this kind of legend. Minnesota stand-up comedy is so incredible. If you're going to talk about stand-up comedy, you got to talk about Minnesota because it's made such a huge impact. But I never really knew why.
He spent the better part of 2 years finding out the answer by talking to people responsible for the birth of Minnesota's comedy scene.
Patrick gave me a call and he said, I've been working on this book and your name keeps popping up.
One of those people was longtime Maple Grove resident Scott Hansen.
It didn't just happen one day that there were comedy clubs. There were a bunch of people, a small handful of people rather, that took that and decided to make it their life's work.
Do we have any Lutherans here? Oh, well, I'll miss you guys in heaven.
Hansen is one of the original comics who helped establish stand-up comedy in Minnesota.
We really just wanted to tell jokes.
He eventually evolved into a businessman who ran comedy clubs here and helped develop talent.
And I don't think you could have the quality we had without people battling it.
It's a business that's still alive and well today at venues like the Cinema Grill.
They get it, they appreciate it, they're super supportive of comedy, and it's really important, I think, not just for comics, but like I said, for the audiences as well.
In New Hope, Delane Cleveland, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.